If you want more, be sure to log on to www.camilleessick.com or follow Camille on Instagram at camille.essick. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Speak Her podcast, where innovators and creators connect.
What happens is, you might know, how easy is it to set up an LLC?
Easy.
Exactly. So if my LLC goes bankrupt, guess what I do?
Use the personal credit?
No, I take that business may go, but yeah, I fall back on my personal credit and I go get another LLC and I create it.
Hold on. Break this down. I'm not trying to be slow. Break this down for me, please.
Okay. So, all right, the first time I go set up a business, I leverage that business and I get my credit on that business. I get it. Okay. So let's say we run into problems. That business itself may have to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I close that down. All I have to do is go set up another LLC and leverage my credit on that LLC. Like, I can leverage my credit, like, depending on how fast or whatever anybody knows. Like, this is just my track record of my credit. Like, that, your business credit doesn't go towards your personal credit. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is I like to use old Trump. Trump, you know how many businesses he had?
I was just about to say he's like the king of bankruptcy, right?
Right, he's the king of bankruptcy. We look at that and not understand. We thinking, oh, he's just a failure. He's a failure. No, what he's done is basically, like, the reason why he can't do business in New York anymore is because he did that so many times, and they finally caught on to what he was doing. He was basically going bankrupt and selling his businesses to his own business.
Oh, what?
Yeah. He was basically going bankrupt, and because that business was liquidating, so he was able to buy it at a cheaper cost and still keep all his assets.
Wow.
So yeah, it's so many different ways to milk it. Now again, the way that he did it was unethical, but again, you see who we're talking about.
Right.
But that's the biggest part about it. If you do run into the situation, it's easy to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why you see these stores saying, I'm going out of business, and then the next week it's back open.
Wow. Or you see another quote unquote company that's taking over the store, but it's usually that same entity just rebranded and repackaged as another business.
Now you starting to understand it.
Okay.
And see, that's the part that I hadn't got to explain to Tony yet, the way he understands. Like, I get what you're saying, that you don't like credit, you had need to have it. True story. But if we have these conversations, it changes the wealth gap that we have. Mm-hmm. It can be closed so much faster.
Yeah, I think I need to have you guys on like a versus, like Pauldo versus Vegas.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Tony, I think you're being called out, sir. If you listening, you being called out into the front of the congregation, sir.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it. And like I said, he's trading stocks. Mm-hmm. I actually recently, within the last month, because again, like I said, not really being able to go do too much, got a lot of time on my hand. I've looked into trading for foreign exchange currency.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a whole new ball.
Yeah, we're gonna tap on that on another episode. We'll tap into that on another episode.
Yeah, that's a whole new ball game. The stock trading is like $1 billion industry.
Right.
The foreign exchange currency is $1 trillion industry.
What?
And it's traded 24 hours a day for 5 days a week.
Wow. Okay, you've opened me up. I'm like, okay, I want to hear about this. I want to bring you back, and we want to talk about that for sure.
Yeah, because it's getting greater later. It's a movement going on right now with the foreign exchange currency.
Okay.
Like Oh, they're tapping into all kind of stuff.
Wow.
I was on a call last night, and the guy made 10. I think he made 10 grand yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that when I bring you back for sure.
Absolutely. I will definitely. Like I said, I'm loving it. I can't wait till I get all the way engulfed in it completely, so that I can really start showing the fruits of my labor. Because like I said, I've been on this track for the last 5 years. I said I was going to be a wealth generating monster.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. But the first thing I want to do is educate myself. Like, it's good to have a desire, but you have to have that knowledge behind it.
Right. And here's what I said, how I was going to educate myself. Everything that I wanted to do, I was going to create a business to do it.
Wow.
Because, again, see, that's the other thing about the business is the tax write-offs. Like, we can live our lives through business. It's a tax write-off. Like, no more, like, we don't go on vacation. We go on business trips.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't have birthday parties. We have business meetings.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's a whole new level out there that people are starting to wake up on, and that's where that's what I said, that's where this whole thing about credit comes into play, because it's all about business.
Gotcha. Okay.
Take advantage of what the Republicans have in place. Like, again, I don't like necessarily what Donald Trump represents, but as far as on my end, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the business and the way it works, I love that part of it. So
you don't have to be a Republican, but you like some of the perks that come along with it.
Absolutely. Like I understand. Like, again, I understand how to play the game. It's the way you play it.
Every time I talk to you, it just feels like I'm learning more. I feel enlightened, and I appreciate, the nuggets. I don't know if the listeners are getting something from it, but it's definitely blessing me. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing.
Absolutely, it's a must. I said I didn't learn this information to keep it to myself. It's just something that God put on my heart to do. And it's just becoming more and more of a blessing. The more I share it, the more people hear it, and the more it comes back to me.
All right, Pauldo, thank you so much, and we will definitely be in touch with you again soon.
All right, definitely. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, you have a blessed day.
Hey, blessings to everybody. Peace.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Speak Her Podcast. Be sure to follow Camille on Instagram at camille.essick, Facebook at the Speak Her Podcast, or www.camilleessick.com.